Now for these questions, we're finding a unit fraction of a number. Remember, a unit fraction is any fraction that has a numerator of 1. And normally, to find a unit fraction of a number, we can just divide by the denominator. But here, 13 isn't in the 5 times table, 17 isn't in the 4 times table, and 22 isn't in the 5 times table. So, for these questions, we're going to get a mixed number as our answer. So, what we can do is write out the question as 1 times 13 over 5. So, the numerator times the whole number over the denominator. 1 times 13 is 13, and the denominator is 5, so we have 13 fifths as an improper fraction, and we can turn that back into a mixed number by dividing, because remember, a fraction is really a division. So we're doing the same thing, dividing by the denominator, but we've just represented that division as a fraction. So 13 divided by 5 is 2 remainder 3, and the denominator stays the same. So 1/5 of 13 is 2 3/5. Now we have 1/4 of 17. So we can write that out as 1 times 17 over 4. And this is useful because it will be clear in our next lesson when we're finding a fraction of a number that isn't a unit fraction what we need to do. But 1 times 17 is 17, so we can represent 17 divided by 4 as a fraction 17 over 4. To turn that back into a mixed number, we divide, and 17 divided by 4 is 4 remainder 1, and the denominator stays the same. And we can check 4 times 4 is 16 plus 1 is 17. Finally, we have 1/5 of 22. So that's 1 times 22, or 22 over 5. We can turn that back into a mixed number because 22 divided by 5 is 4 remainder 2, the denominator stays the same, and then we can check 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2 is 22. So let's look back to this first question where we needed to find 1/5 of 13. We can show a fraction bar split into fifths, and because we're finding 1/5, we can shade one of those fifths. Now, we can share out 10 blocks with 2 blocks in each of our fifths, so that's why 2 is our whole number. But then, because we're finding a fifth, we can split each of our remaining blocks into fifths and share those out. We can do the same with this block and with this one. So then, when we look at our fifth, we have 2 wholes and 3 fifths, so that's our answer. Then we needed to find 1/4 of 17, so we can show a fraction bar split into quarters, and we're finding 1/4. We can share out 16 blocks with 4 in each group, so 4 is our whole number, and then we can split this remaining block into quarters because we're finding 1/4. So with those 4 quarters, if we share those out, we have 1/4 in each group, so that gives us 4 1/4 as our answer. Then we had 1/5 of 22, so we can show 1/5 on our fraction bar. We can share out 20 of the blocks to give us 4 blocks in each of our fifths, and then, because we're finding 1/5, we can turn each of our remaining blocks into 5 fifths and share them out. That means that we have 4 wholes and 2 fifths in each of our fifths, so that's 4 2 fifths as our answer. Thank you so much for watching, I really hope that was helpful. If you're a teacher or a parent, then please subscribe or go to keystage2maths.com to download resources for this lesson and many more. That's all for now, I'll see you in the next video.